Hey everyone, and welcome to season 2, episode 6 of Why the Hell Are We Watching This this week. I'm your host, Joodough, and I'm joined by Alex.
Hey.
And it's just us two this week, and we saw Joodough, or the Planet of the Beast King, if I'm getting that right. So Joodough is a show about a pair of albino twins that are airdropped onto this carnivorous planet in the future. It's called Chimera. And like the people they're in order to survive, they've like formed factions, and they try to survive together. But also they try to compete for the title of Beast King, and the Beast King gets to get the fuck out of there, and then gets shipped off to royalty and whatnot. And they want that title, and that's where the story leads off. So right away, yeah, go ahead, Alex.
So, do we want to talk about like the staff first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and mention them.
The studio's Bones, so it looks pretty good. Like the animation, everything is pretty good. It's 11 episodes. It aired in early 2006.
Mm-hmm.
What I found out about it is that the writer who wrote the manga, which I can track down by the way, is a shoujo mangaka. And it's like his first work, which isn't just...
Is it his first work? Oh, that's not shoujo,
that's not
right?
Like romance shoujo.
Yeah, because I was looking at scans of the manga, like the covers and stuff, and like it looks very shoujo-y, like extremely so. It looks very pretty.
They turn
like
it down
not in a bad
in
way.
The anime.
Yeah, not in a bad way. I was just really surprised. In the anime, it looks more... You can still see that shoujo edge. Like the guys have like really sharp jaws and they're really tall. And all of
and
that,
the girls
but like
have like big round eyes.
Big round eyes, yeah. Well, some of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they definitely made it like made the characters fit the scene pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah. So Bones did this, and you said the guy who directed it directed.
He directed
what again?
A Third Magical Index, and Azumanga Daioh, and recently Trinity 7. He did tons of storyboard work, but you know.
Well, Trinity 7 was in like 2015 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, is his most recent thing. But yeah, I feel like overall, we haven't even gotten into the show yet, but production-wise, the show looks good, sounds good, and overall is a pretty good time.
Yeah.
And I think that I was immediately attracted to this show because I'm a big sucker for survival horror situations, and even though this isn't exactly survival horror, there's not much horror thrill like to be had here. Like the stakes of the planet are high because what the planet is that it's this planet that this sci-fi colony government, they send all their convicts to the planet, and they just airdrop them down there, and then the planet's full of like carnivorous plants giant carnivorous plants that like destroy you. And I thought the coolest thing about the planet was that there's a day and night cycle, but how the day and night cycle works is that there's like 182 days of day or something like that of straight daylight, and then there's 182 days of straight darkness. Yeah. And that once they introduced that in the beginning, that was so fucking cool.
It's so really cool because cool, the whole world and stuff. Not even just the planet, also like the whole... They briefly mention sometimes the whole solar system and how this planet is like the only one that isn't like terraformed and shit.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I was thinking that like the world building was so strong right off the bat. Like you introduced these plants are out to kill you. Don't fuck with the plants. They actually destroy you. Like pretty much when they get airdropped in, these twins, they like wander around and don't know where they're going really. And then at some point, after meeting a few dudes and wandering off, they get like ambushed by these pirates, or like they intrude on their territory or something. And so like in order to escape, one of the two twins, the actual capable one, like slashes one of the dudes and like tries to orchestrate a plan to escape. And then as the pirates are going, oh shit, shoot, get them down, we need to capture them. Then like someone fires like a few rounds into the trees, and the leader's like, no shit, you idiot, don't do that, oh my god, and then immediately all the plants like erupt from the ground and like destroy everything. So yeah, don't fuck with the plants down there.
Oh yeah, we should also mention that like the main characters are like kids that were sent there because their parents died, and you know,
I think they're 11 actually 11 when when they
I really want to talk about this because this was so weird. They were 11, but like they looked like 16, 17-year-olds, and then there was time skip halfway through, and like now they look like fucking 30, but they were actually 15.
Yeah, let's bring up the time skip a little later because like I have a lot to say about that shit. But I think like early on in the show, a little later, but I think the early on in the show, like I said, there's a great establishment of the plants will fuck you up, and we also have this awesome day-night cycle that's like this impending doom because it's daytime when they get down there, and then people keep telling them, oh, just wait until nighttime. We gotta gather stuff and survive until nighttime. Just wait until then, and then that's such a cool ass idea, and then like I don't know. I think that introducing the kind of people that are there, and also like the civilizations that are there, like a huge base that these guys are in. It's like it's a really strong starting point for the story.
So it's a bit weird when it comes to like this setting, because like the first episode is like basically how they get to the planet, and it's like pure sci-fi and action, and then it's like a political drama type show and survival horror too.
Yeah.
And then at the end it's like a mystery show.
Yeah, it's like I was actually pretty disappointed at how it deviated away from its survival tone because like, by the way, this episode's going to be riddled with spoilers. So after one of the twins dies, like
Tectonic notes.
One of the twins one of the twins dies like immediately, and it's not really a spoiler because that was the first episode. Actually, I was really surprised that the fact they just like eliminated him immediately.
I think like that is a spoiler, even though it is in the first episode, because like I thought they would pull shit like, oh no, he still survived, because like the way they handled it.
That's exactly what I thought. Like,
but then like
they build these two as like one character. It's like the twins. It's the twins are here. And then like one of them is like a bitch and is whining. It's been 4 minutes. We haven't seen any McDonald's. I can't walk this long without food. And then like that guy just gets immediately consumed by plants and destroyed. But you don't see any gore or anything. You just see him like get enveloped by vines and then disappear. So like I thought, okay, he's gonna come back later. He's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
He didn't. He just died. I was very surprised. Yeah. So pretty much after that kid dies, the remaining kid, I think his name's
Thor.
What, Rai? Thor. Rai's the one that died.
Yeah.
His name's Thor, so he's automatically a badass. He gets saved by this girl with like she like throws twine into like this pit, and he lashes onto his arm. She pulls him out. So after he gets saved by this girl, what's her name again? Tiz, right?
Yeah.
You get introduced to this society that the entire that this area, this region of people are in on Chimera. So pretty much at that point, it stops being a survival show, and I was like pretty disappointed about that. Because like at that point, it's about him being like, oh shit, have you heard of this Beast King thing? Have you heard that if you get the Beast King, you can go in this fancy spaceship back to the planet you came from, and you get to solve all the mysteries of why your parents were murdered? Let's do that. And it becomes like a politics game of trying to become the Beast King for a long time.
I mean, it was still kind of a survival show, because like he was bullied hardcore in this new like whatever he was in that new colony, and like he still had to. He was like set up to fight this leader guy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he wasn't rough shit. He had to survive somehow. I mean, surviving is also like,
I mean, getting,
as it turns out, a huge thing in the plot. So should I spoil the ending, or
We can go ahead with it. Yeah.
The whole thing is at the end that like they were like breeding humans in the solar system because like they kept dying too early and they were looking for like the perfect human to survive all the shit. And Thor ended up being that, and his final test was like surviving all this fucked up shit on this planet. Right. Basically. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, getting up to that point of power that he had to get to, because he had to become like the top of this organization in order to like get on that quest of becoming the Beast King and fucking finding out the truth. Like after he becomes the top, because he does, and that's where the time skip comes in. Like the entire thing is about him going around and like it's already established that he's already made this place a better place. He's a great leader. And now he just has to become the Beast King, and then there's conflict from that point on. But it's like, I was expecting the show going in, because like they dropped them into this giant carnivorous planet. Like the plants are destroying you. It was so powerful. Like even in the opening song, like the first thing you see is Thor like destroying this plant, as this plant like rides around him and like shreks everything. So like I thought the show was gonna be more about like, let's see these twins or just this one dude like survive against this crazy planet, and let's see what he can do from there. But like that doesn't really have, it's not really man versus nature anymore. It's more like man versus that spaceship in the sky, or that civilization in the sky. Man versus authority instead. So I was really surprised by that.
Oh, talking about the opening and the ending songs were amazing.
Yes, especially the opening.
I mean, especially the ending. We both had like discussions about this every single day since we finished watching it in the chat. I think the ending is better.
The opening is such a swanky, just get down, funky song with attitude that like really sets up like, oh shit, this is like, there's going to be action, but it's going to have like this survival edge to it, and you're gonna love it. And then the dude is singing, and it's so funky, and the horns get it just right. And I don't know, I don't see that like too often in anime, so I was really surprised by it, and it was awesome, and it was a great song. I don't know.
I mean, the ending is sick too. You gotta admit.
The ending's good too, but it doesn't have that flair that defines the contours of the show, such as the opening.
I still love
the opening.
How punchy it is, like with all those nice synths and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, the visuals aren't too good in the ending, but it's fine.
Well, sure, it's an ending. The visuals in the opening were fantastic though. Like all the shots. I'm specifically thinking about the first shot where Thor runs up the vine, and then he slashes at the thing's core, and then like the juices spill out, and it's in slow motion. That was a good shot.
I mean, it's like stuff from the show.
I don't think that exact shot was used in the show, but it was like similar stuff happens in the show.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
And that
it's great.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But like, what I wanted to bring up from the opening is that like, you got this really strong shot of like Thor fighting against this plant, and in the first few episodes like they have to fight against like these giant plants at some point, and then like Thor has to do this badass like he jumps onto the plant's back and like shanks it in the center as it's like flying through this canyon. That was really, really cool. So I thought that like it just seemed natural that from the opening, and then oh shit, he's killing all these plants, and it's really awesome. I thought there'd be more of a focus on man versus nature. But then,
makes sense.
Right. It makes more sense. Like I want to see him like fight these crazy plant things and survive, but that's not exactly what he does. Yeah. So what he does is,
was it the same opening with the same shots the whole way through?
Yeah, it was the same one.
Oh well.
Yeah, same opening, same shots, but instead we get the time skip, and I guess now is a good time to talk about the time skip.
It's kind of the only way they could do it without making it like boring. I mean, all I have to say about it is that I wish more shows would do that instead of drag shit along.
I get what you mean because like they had to pull the time skip in order to wrap around this entire plot of we need to take down the evil spaceship in the sky or the evil space station so we can find out the truth and whatever. And the truth they find out is pretty interesting actually. But like Alex mentioned earlier, but it's like I think it was really jarring going from the beginning where like you establish this cool ass world with these cool ass plants and this amazing day and night cycle. And first of all, we don't see the night at all. We don't see the day and night cycle. It's a fucking disappointment. Well, we see night at some point, but it wasn't as cool as they built it up to be, which is extremely disappointing.
It's just winter.
Yeah, it's just winter.
Winter at night.
Like after the time skip, they say, "Oh, 2 days and 2 nights later." I'm like, "Oh, come on, really? I want to see the night." That would have been such a hard selling point. But yeah, in order to wrap around this giant plot, they had to do time skip. I'm not gonna say they had to, but they did it to like get to that point more directly, and I guess it worked in that regard. But again, it was really jarring because. Sent them on the island. Oh shit, they're gonna fight plants. Oh shit, the younger brother dies. That's some shit, man. Oh my god, more plants. This is so cool. And then all of a sudden, time skip to politics, and it was very not what I was expecting.
I think this is way better than like a montage or whatever with a couple still frames.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It was definitely kind of jarring at first, like the first couple scenes after the time skip. Because, like, I didn't even recognize him at first.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, who are those people?
Because it's been like 4 years since the time skip, and yeah. Once they get onto the island, not the island, the planet, like, they are 11. It says they're 11. They look like they're 13 or 14. But then after the time skip, they look like in their 20s, at least. In their 20s, yeah. But it was like, I feel like that's probably due to the original source material, because, like, post time skip Thor looks really shoujo-y, and you know, like 17-year-old shoujo guys tend to look like giant statues. So yeah, so maybe there was like a blip in translation or something, but I don't know. So yeah, he becomes.
It's probably way less jarring in a manga.
Yeah, probably.
Time stuff isn't that big of a deal, and that.
Well, yeah, because I was just watching the episodes back to back, and then I'm like, okay, he's still a kid, he's still a kid, he's still a kid. All of a sudden, he's this really hot man. I'm like, what? Okay, where did this come from? But yeah, the jarring effect aside of like going from survival, like what I think is going to be survival, to the actual plot, I felt like the latter half of the show, when they're actually trying to uncover what the deal is with this entire planet, was actually done pretty well overall. Yeah. So
they like kept surprising us every single episode, and it was really cool.
Yeah. Like you mentioned this earlier, but the grand plan for this entire planet was that they needed to genetically engineer like a superior strain of humans, and not because some Nazi-esque superiority thing. What kind of was that? But they had to engineer humans because on the actual home planet that the organization is from, the average lifespan is what? It was like 20 years or something? Is that what they said? Like,
I think it was like 40.
Was it 40? It was like cut in half. Yeah, maybe it was 40. But it was 40, and then at some point Thor said, "Oh, everyone back on the home planet gets this one operation done, and then the operation extends my life." And then they get the operation done at like 17 or something, and the kid's like 11 or something at the time. So he says, "If I don't get this operation, I'm gonna die, man." And he gets older, so this operation shit is shortening his life. And then you have that question of like what they do with human life and why, like, they start to introduce concepts of like what really is this planet. And once you get up there, they find out, oh shit, no, we need your DNA, because your DNA is perfect to breed like a superior breed of humans, so that we can all live on Chimera, and then to like continue the human race, really. But since Chimera is this giant ball of like vines that will destroy you, we have to first destroy everything. We have to take the entire land and just like just flip it over like a pancake. Just destroy it. Like, we need to activate all the tsunami machines, all the volcano machines, all the earthquake machines.
They had like fucking balls in the ground that made the planet spin fast.
Yeah, it was really weird how to explain it. It's like we have these balls in the planet, and if we activate them, they'll vibrate really hard or something and generate a bunch of volcanoes or something. But their plan was to terraform the land so that like eventually humans could live on it. I feel like that's, I don't know, it was a really cool addition to like the end game plan, right? And it makes sense. Like sometimes in stories you get that you don't really know what the real opponent is, and the hero is just trying to find out the truth, and then like the hero does find out the truth, and then like since it's a story, you have to have the hero conquer the opponent at some point. The hero has to like best the opposition, but like sometimes it feels so unnatural because especially if it's like a mystery reveal thing, because like the hero goes through the entire story going like, man, I wanna defeat this organization because they're bad, they killed my family and my friends, I'm gonna get you, organization. And then they find out what the actual situation is, and what the actual situation is like it's completely different from what he thought. So you have that moment of, wait, everything I was fighting for is just junk, it's complete nothing. What reason do I have to fight for this? What am I actually doing? And then what's good about this show, I think the show really nails this point, is that Thor has this exact same moment once he finds out what his purpose was to be on Chimera. But the thing is, Thor has a logical reason to go back and like actually see the plan through. He has a reason to go, I'm going to save Chimera, because he has good reasons, because my entire people are there. The girl that I kind of love is there. My entire home is there, and it's my responsibility now. And that's a very solid reason for Thor to go back and like actually go through this like suicide mission to like stop these ball bearings and save the planet. So I thought like, yeah, he had a good reason to do it.
And then the fucking plans take over.
Yeah.
And do the work for him.
A little bit.
I mean, at first his goal was like just leaving the planet and visiting the Earth. And then he finds out like that the Earth was fucking blown up.
No, that was with
whatever.
Third. That was with the other guy, not Thor.
Was it?
Yeah, Third, like the guy that acted as his third, the tan
I think
dude. It was that guy. That guy wanted to see Earth.
Oh no, I mean Thor and Rai, his brother, they wanted to go to the Earth to like study or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's why they wanted to become the Joodough, or the Beast King. But then, after like he found out the truth, he like realized that he just wanted to stay there, anyways.
Wait, I thought they wanted to become the Beast King because like Thor wanted to confront like the people that killed his family, so he wants to go back to like the planet to get answers. I feel like
I mean that too.
I thought that was the main reason, man. I'm pretty sure that was the main reason, because the whole Earth stuff was in the beginning. Of course, they introduced like, I want to be a scientist on Earth, and then like and then they just get shot down to this planet. I don't think they touch it later on. But what I was saying with the third guy, which his name is Third, he's actually like this covert government operative that was sent there to make Thor the Beast King. So like his whole thing was that he wanted to go to the Earth, but he finds out that the Earth was actually destroyed a long time ago, and he has a crisis over it. Not Thor. Like Thor just wanted to get answers, which he does, and then save his people, which he also does.
Shit, I had a point, but forgot about it. Oh yeah, so. I mean, just a side note. The reason Third is called Third is because like they had this society on this planet was like built on 4 different races. Yeah. Which were called rings, and like they worked the way that like they had 3 people in charge, and like the first leader would be called first, or the second, and third, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
And like I really like this like character arc, maybe, or character study of third, that he like, even though he was like obviously smarter and stronger than
the top at the time.
Yeah, the top.
Yeah.
He just kind of wanted to stay behind, and like, even though we know after the ending that he couldn't do that because like he was hurt by like the fucking evil guys.
Yeah.
It was interesting, and like I'm watching Shokugeki no Soma right now.
Nice.
And they had the same fucking, or like a similar character arc with like the secretary of the main girl, of Erina.
Yeah.
That like she always wanted to stay behind her, and she had this whole arc that like, if she works hard, she can stop being depressed about all the shit and stop being behind her but walk beside her. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, man. I like that they paid attention to the third story, actually, and like they made him like they fleshed him out to a point that
they fleshed everything out in this whole world.
Yeah, like, but
like all the weapons, all the characters, most of the characters we see,
right?
Like all the locations.
Like you can tell that there are a lot of concept sketches drawn, like for the planet and stuff. Yeah.
This is why I wanted to read up on the manga.
Yeah.
Because like I wanted to know how much is like original from Bones, because I know they're good at this shit.
Yeah.
And how much was written by the actual writer.
Yeah, and how much was directorial, power.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to say that I appreciate how they gave a lot of attention to third story, but it wasn't like a side fling. Like third story was actually important to the main story. So because they actually explored who is this third guy, what are his motivations, that actually brought them to like the final climaxing point where like they're trying to break down this computer system and save the planet. So like I think that all the tools to get to the end of the story were like implemented fairly well. I think that even though I was personally disappointed that it wasn't more of a crazy plant survival thing and the time skip was kind of jarring, I still think that overall getting to the end game of saving the planet and confronting the authorities was very well done.
Yeah. It's like one of those shows where like every character you meet, even though it's like just a side character.
Yeah.
Like how to phrase this? Like no one is just worthless. Like even if one character of all the bunch was missing, it would have had a different outcome. And I really like this.
Yeah, you at least get the sense that everyone is kind of in the same boat together. Like they're all trapped on this planet and they all have to work together to survive. And like, I don't know, it felt pretty cohesive to that end. Enjoyed it a lot.
So, what else can we talk about?
What else? Well, again, just general thoughts about things I noted or were kind of disappointed with. I was very surprised that they didn't bring back the little brother to actually be like the main villain. Because like the main villain in quotation marks, besides like the actual organization, was this dude they met in the beginning named Saki, who's like also this kind of top, like he was this rising guy that was like this ruthless kind of leader. Yeah, like
I really like that he like became a good guy at the end.
Yeah, that was cool, but I'm like, it seems like such a weird decision to bring him back over like the little brother, right? Because he's actually the twin brother of the main dude. So it seems like really natural.
I mean, that's true, but like they still had that point that like the weak people die, and there's no exception.
Yeah, that's true. But like I totally thought that how the story was gonna go is that Thor like buys into the fact that the weak people must die, and then he thinks that Raya dies. Like Raya gets taken away by the plants, so he must die. And then he goes through this entire story, and he goes after the time skip, and after he's the top, like he sees, what's this new force? Look at this new sect or something, this new faction called, like what it was, the Black Hand or something. And then it's headed by this mysterious new leader, and it's this ruthless killer. I thought that was totally going to be his brother, and his brother's thing was going to be like, you abandoned me. You thought I was weak, but I survived, and I became stronger than you, brother. And I'm going to kill you right now, and they're going to have a great fight.
I didn't think that.
That's totally what I thought, but that's not what they did at all.
I was kind of open-minded. I didn't think of that.
Dude, they just slapped the little brother out of the scene. Just you're gone. See you later. It's kind of weird.
I think it was really, really interesting how they like to make it end faster. It still felt kind of natural that like this one guy that was abandoned too, like killed all the tops from the other rings and like made this one big one.
Yeah.
I think that was like believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was believable because they did a good job of establishing the entire like politics of the place in the beginning. Like, not only do you have like the ring of the first place they get to, but like Chen, who is this girl that's this leader of another ring. Like you get a run in with them, and even though you don't see their city or anything, you don't see like the big buildings that they reside in or the village. Like you still get the idea that there are different kinds of people patrolling and like having power in this world, and like so it makes sense when like they say that there's been like war, there's been this one faction that's been going around killing other factions, because that like makes sense because you've seen like examples of faction tension before. So yeah, good job on that overall.
Also, the girls were cute.
Yeah. Yep. Especially the one that got stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else we have to say about Joodough, Planet of the Beast King?
There's an underwater cave with the water and shit. This was really good. Really nice backgrounds.
Is that when they like fell in the snow canyon? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it was like an underwater root passage or something. Like the roots were all around them, and there's like streams of water. Yeah.
It was like a fucking Minecraft canyon.
Yeah, actually, kind of. It was a cool environmental detail.
Also, nice beam knife.
Dude, yeah, the beam knife was awesome. Like, it's like this blue laser, like lightsaber or something. Yeah.
It did kind of feel inconsistent, like the length.
No, yeah, I was about to bring that up. Did it get longer?
When he was like 11, it was like the length from an actual knife up to a machete. But like when he was older, it was like a fucking long sword.
Dude, yeah, I was actually gonna bring that exact point up, like. The knife totally got bigger, dude. Like, because I'm thinking when he fought Zagi, like when he sword fought Zagi at the end, like near the end, like that was like a legit sword. That sword was a sword fighting sword, you know. It wasn't like a prison shank or anything like it was kind of in the first episodes. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like I guess maybe Thor went through puberty and so did his knife. That's the explanation I'm gonna go with. Yeah, knife got
longer. Yeah, I like how he was like a fucking how he was like an annoying kid when he was 11.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like girls and thought they were annoying, like Hikaru.
Yeah, a little bit. He definitely like I think after time skip, he was still like a strong character and a strong guy by himself, because they established in his character that he's this really smart kid because he was educated in like this. He was given like a very high education, and he's planning on being this scientist from Earth. So once you take those set of skills and put him on this planet, and then you can see him like adapting to and surviving in this crazy world, that like after we get the time skip, it's like it's only natural that he's going to be stronger now, and like he is. So that was okay for the most part.
I really do need to point out like that like they nailed the kids well, because like in the first
twins?
episode or something, when he did like this crazy shit where he like shot this huge plant monster thing.
Yeah.
And then like a guy asked him like how he did that or whatever, and even the strongest ones
Yeah.
struggle with this, and like he just said, I had sports education on my own planet.
Oh yeah, he was like, I got an A in gymnastics. That's
Yeah.
why. That was great. Yeah. So like, there's this sense that Thor is like the chosen one. You know, like he at some point these people say that like people call you like the goddess's child or something because it seems like no one can ever touch you. So I feel like even though like Thor is definitely supposed to be in this position of power, and like he has all this not only authoritarian power but like actual physical power, I don't think like I never once thought, oh, he's too OP. That's unrealistic. Because like I feel like even though he got stronger, he got stronger like to survive the conditions they were placed in. Like he never beat like the planet. The planet was still
he was just confident.
Yeah, it's like he got confident and physically stronger, and he was able to lead an actual ring to success. But he never like at no point did they say like he's so strong that he beat the planet, or he's so strong that no one can contest him, because that's not true, right? He gets like conflict with Zagi later on. They still get fucked up by like a snowstorm. They have to survive in the roots like twice. Yeah, so like even though he's strong, he's not invincible in that end. So that means that like once you establish that like he's this guy that is strong, yes, but still has weakness and he's not a god by any means. And then he has to like they have to shoot him up into space, and then he has to take down this corporation. That's like, oh god, man. That's like, how are you gonna do that, man?
Yeah. Like when everything like broke down in this like space thing.
Yeah, the space
whatever
station.
they were at, it felt like a fucking final level.
Dude, it was totally
from like a fucking Metroid game or whatever.
That's actually a really good comparison. Like, remember when after they get past like the hallway, because like they're storming like the central laboratories or something in like full on SWAT gear, and like they have a few SWAT guys behind them. And then after they get fucked up by plants, first of all they murder the plants because like that's what they're just used to that. But later on, like he passes this room, and the room is just full of just like lined with beast kings that are like cryo frozen, like in these pods.
It's like a dark room. All the lights go out, and they're like fucking invisible men.
Dude, that was
people
actually terrifying.
Who like fucking snap fucking soldier snakes.
Yeah, dude, it's like the power goes out, and then the pods are like open, and then all the beast king like they can't say anything. They're just like it was explained as they're just acting on primal instinct or something. All these like gods among men, they just like stand up and like just walk towards like the SWAT dudes, and they're like dodging bullets, and it's crazy. Yeah. So like
and then
I was just wondering like
himself or whatever, and they have to climb up this whole thing.
Yeah, everyone sacrificed
really
themselves.
fucking sick.
Yeah,
and then
it was
they
super
have to
sick.
fucking jump on a fucking helicopter or something.
Yeah, Thor jumped into a helicopter, but like I never like once he introduced this plan of we're gonna go down there and we're gonna stop the machines. I'm like, I was worried, like, are you gonna? That seems like fucking a really hard job to do, and then they had a really hard time doing it. So yeah.
Oh my god. Can we like watch the Doom movie? The live action Doom movie?
Yeah,
for
sure.
an episode?
Sure, dude. I'd be down
It's
for
so
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah,
What
conclusion
else?
was fairly nice. It's kind of a shame that Tiz died at the end. There was like no reason for her to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the entire spaceship sequence was really exciting, and like I think that all the sacrifices, like they had a doctor go along with them to like I think, I don't know, maybe do some doctory scientific shit that I don't think was explained. And they had Third go along, but Third was like he revealed himself as this actual undercover agent. So those guys and a couple SWAT dudes went down, and like they all died except for Thor. But the way that they died, it seemed like it didn't seem wasteful the way they died. Like the doctor sacrificed himself so that
Yeah.
he could lure the plant away and like close the doors. And then Third sacrificed himself because he was like, he fell off, like maybe was he injured or something? Well, he got,
I don't remember.
yeah, well, he was about to fall off into like the abyss, and then Thor wouldn't let him
Oh,
go.
yeah.
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 Thor wouldn't let him go. He's like, just let go of me. Everything I've lived for is a lie. And
Oh
then,
shit! What a strong scene.
yeah, and then he's like, you need to go. You have people that need you. You don't need me anymore or something. And then he shoots himself, and then he falls into the pit, and then Thor climbs up and escapes. Yeah, really good scene.
Amazing.
Right. And in the end game, pretty much, they get off the planet. I mean, the space station. Thor go back to Chimera, and we don't see any of how
I
the
think
place
there was
is.
like another time skip where like Thor is an actual adult.
Yeah. There's
So
another.
it's also cool that like it's implied that he is like the perfect human for those conditions, that he still survived without those
Well, yeah. I don't think.
lifeguard operation or whatever it's called.
I don't think that he was an actual adult. Like, he just looked like maybe it was like a few years later, because at that point Thor's like tan. Thor's
Yeah,
tan because like
maybe.
his body just naturally adjusts to it. But yeah, he finds a kid, names the kid Tiz, and there it ends. And I don't know, pretty sweet
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
Overall, pretty good show. I enjoyed it a lot. I would have liked to see more survival elements because I'm a sucker for survival horror, but I feel like the direction they went with was overall satisfactory, and they did a good job. Bones usually
Yeah.
does a good job.
Nothing really annoyed me about this
Right.
at all.
So yeah, is that all we have to say?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Well,
let me tell you this this quick story.
go ahead.
So, before the recording, I went out to buy myself some tea, and like
Okay.
I came home, and I sat down in the living room like to talk to my mom, and fucking, I had a grasshopper, a huge big ass grasshopper, sitting either on my head or on my shoulder, and he just fucking hopped off, and we fucking screamed so loud because we thought it was a spider.
Oh my god.
And I had to catch him and throw him outside.
Oh, how do you catch that shit though? Those things are fast.
I mean, you know,
You sneak up on it.
I like grabbed the towel and tried to cover as much space as possible around him.
You grab the toe.
A towel.
Oh, I thought you said you grabbed the toe of the grasshopper because they have toes. Yeah.
Sick, dude.
I guess you could like throw a towel on it and that'd like immobilize it. That's actually a pretty good idea, because like they can't really see the towel coming if you throw it behind, I'm guessing, and then like the towel's really heavy so they can't jump out of it. That's a
Oh,
really
yeah.
good idea actually for wrangling grasshoppers.
I'm glad that I didn't kill it
Yeah.
while grabbing it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like killing pests in your house unless they're fucking earwigs or ants. Then they need to die.
Unless they're fucking spiders.
No, I love spiders, dude. Let spiders
I
live.
hate spiders. They're so scary.
They're great though. They don't do anything except help
I
you.
mean, I don't care.
Come on, man. You gotta spare them. I shower in the basement, and then every time I go into the shower, I check like the corners of the shower to see if there's spiders there.
Dude.
And I check them because I wanna make sure that I leave them alone and respect their personal space, not because I want to kill them.
So if there's a spider, you like come back a day later and then shower. Or what do you do?
No, I just shower with the spiders.
Yeah. Man, I like wake up in a cold sweat like 3 times a night and fucking check every single corner of my room if there's a spider, or else I can't sleep. It's awful.
But here's a question: Are you more scared of spiders than you are of bees or like wasps?
Definitely.
Which one do you hate more?
Oh, I don't mind bees that much.
What about wasps though?
I mean, they're annoying, but like.
How do you feel about them wasps?
They're kind of scary, but like, it's fun if you stay calm. I can't do that with spiders. I can't do that with spiders at all.
But like, count the number of times that spiders have hurt you versus the number of times that wasps have hurt you.
Oh, 0 for both.
Really? Man, like wasps will go out of their way to fuck you up, and like, I'm exponentially more scared of wasps because, like, spiders have no power to get to like your jugular vein, but wasps can go like straight for your eyeball. They will like beeline. They will point their stingers straight into your eyeball and fly at like Mach speed towards your face, like unprovoked. That's way more scary, dude. Like spiders don't touch you. Spiders don't do shit.
I mean, they're not that common over here.
No, I guess not. Yeah.
And like small, fast spiders are everywhere.
That's true, actually. I mean, I'm guess coming from like an American standpoint, that I can say that don't kill spiders, they're helpful, but if you're in Australia, you shouldn't follow my advice because you'll die. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess save spiders when permitted.
We do have tons of flies though, and like other bugs.
Oh, we do too. Yeah.
Which I don't mind at all.
Yeah. At least both of us.
I used to pick up fucking grasshoppers with my bare hands when I was a kid in like a huge field.
Oh yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But at least both of us don't have carnivorous vines growing out of our backyards. At least we don't have to survive with that shit. Yeah. And I think on that note, thanks for listening to Season 2, Episode 6 of Why the Hell Are We Watching This? With Joodough. Me and Alex are going to go get some tea or coffee or something, and I'll be sure to save any spiders along the way, and Alex is going to do the same. Right, Alex?
I'm just going to ignore them.
That's better than killing them.
I wouldn't call it saving them.
It's better than killing them, yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Oh, fuck, hold on.
Okay.
When did they come out? See you next Thursday.
Next Thursday. See you then.
Goodbye.